Hello. Welcome back. He's calmed. I've tried to do this a couple times and the cat keeps jumping up in the middle of what I'm doing, so he's now passed out on the floor. It's safe to move on. I wanted to talk about charging pages in your grimoires and your Book of Shadows. And I brought this up on Noah's Discord, and I did get some questions, and it's just easier to do video format. Plus, I haven't done a video in like, I don't know, forever. So this is just easier. I can answer questions in the comments or whatever. But I mentioned that I was working on charging pages in the 2 new grimoires that I was doing, and it was a well-received idea, but there wasn't a lot of knowledge around it, and I'm not bringing a whole lot to it either, but I just, there's not a quick search on, what is that thing we're on right now, YouTube, and there's a few people that talk about it, some more extensive than others, some in different manners than others. So I'm just going to give you what I do. I have 2 grimoires. I have one that's very like never leaves, doesn't leave home, like it's for magical purposes at home, and then I have one is portable. So they both contain the same thing, just one is a lot smaller than the other, and the smaller one would, fit in a bag or a suitcase or a purse, really. But they both contain the exact same information, because it has served that same purpose. If anything happened to the big book, I'd be devastated. I'd be devastated if anything happened to the smaller version, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. Like, you have your favorites. This is the one that stays home. This is the travel companion. But it's deceiving because it's like very thin. It's like 52 weight paper. It's very, very, it's like Bible paper. It's very thin. So it holds a lot, and it kind of expands with you. So, but in each book, there's a charging page. Let's get back to the point. And the charging page looks like this. And people will use their hands or their feet. It really just depends on what you're comfortable with. You can do one or the other, both, or neither. It doesn't matter. It's best, in my opinion, to do it in the centermost part of the book. That way, if you're standing, or if, say you're in an elevated position, you're bearing down, you want to apply equal pressure. That way you don't hurt the spine or hurt the book in general or anything else in the book. You don't want to tear the pages. You need equal pressure. So, and I guess you should have a book that's going to fit your hands. I have teeny tiny baby hands, so it's not very hard for me. But I know some people have larger hands than me, so that would be an issue. I do not have feet in my book because I don't have the best of luck with balance. And I feel like if I was trying to do that, I'd probably rip my book and bust my butt. So I don't do that. Hands I can do. Now this is acrylic paint, and it will chip and flake, and so you want to have it covered with something. In this book, right here, I have done the overlay of, it's Mod Podge. That way, this one's heavier. It just covers it. It's just like to seal it in. That way this doesn't chip or come off or anything. At least not for quite a while. If you leave it open like this, unfortunately, in a couple of, however much you use your book, for me it's just a couple months, this will flake and come off, which I don't like, and I definitely don't want to redo it, because it's something special to do, and it's not something you want to do continuously. But if you can preserve what you do the first time, then it works perfectly. It's just everybody's different. I did finger pricks on this one for this finger. So I marked that finger, which you can see the minute the blood hit it, it smeared. And it also did that over here with the adhesive or glue or whatever touching it. So that's why I went with spray this time. But it's just a clear coat to go over it so it doesn't muck it up. But this is used to put your intention into your book, or to focus your intention out of the book, like a battery. So I guess it depends on how you use your book, how you view your book, which I guess we could talk about that if anybody has questions or just wants an expanded topic on it. But I like to charge my book, charge my spells, activate what I'm working on, activate the power in the book. That's what I mean. So I call it a charging or activation page. And it's just the same thing we would do if we were reciting or enchanting something into a stone or a puppet, anything you can hold in your hand and literally give it the job, tell it what to do, enchant it, that kind of thing. Your book is a magical tool also, and it contains all your knowledge. No, not everything, but almost all your knowledge. Everything that'll fit. And so, in my opinion, for me, it's only natural to charge it as a tool that I would charge on a regular. A stone, a wand, whatever. So that's what I mean when I say I have a charging page in my books. And as like a battery, say I'm exhausted from life, right? Just life is lifing real hard lately for everybody. And I have something that I need to get done that may be a little bit more pressing, so I can't really wait till I'm in a better mood or in a better spirit. You can use your book, if you charge it regularly, just like any other tool, to draw from it, right? So if I'm having a low period, but work has to be done, good, bad, or otherwise, like, you want to draw energy from your book. Kind of like a crystal generator. Like, you need to have a battery backup, basically. And that's, for me, what these allow me to do. I don't use feet. I think I can't remember if I just said this. I've tried to make this video like 3 times, but I don't do feet. Some people do feet for grounding work, like to lay it out onto the ground. Their feet must be clean, obviously. I mean, there's just a lot of ins and outs to that. The ground, the feet, I think it's a great idea, just not for me in this point in my life. But it's a great idea for anybody else that wants to do it. I think it's a fabulous idea. And I'd like to hear more expanded ideas, if there are any out there, on if you do something similar. But that is just what I do. And I have this in any text that I use in a magical manner, for me, needs a charging page. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say, because like I said, I've tried to do this a couple times, and I've been rudely interrupted by this cat that is now passed out in the cutest position. But it just helps me focus. It's a focusing tool. Your book is a tool. It should be treated like a tool and cherished like your prized crystal. So that is that. I'm trying not to make this too long. If you have more questions, or if you have any questions, my nose is itching, sorry, on this topic or a related topic or whatever, just put them in the comment section and we'll go over them. And I will post this on YouTube, and I will also post it for the people on Noah's Discord, because I promised to do that this weekend and didn't do it. But there you go. Charging page in your BOS, your grimoires, magical texts, book of mirrors, whatever you want to call them, however you use them, that is what I do. And to charge them outside daily use or whatever, you charge it just like a magical tool. Whatever moon you choose to use, or if you're more sun-based or elemental-based in any other way, like you can charge it just like you charge your tools. I am more moon-based, so I go for full moon just because that's when I charge all my other tools, like crystals that need to be charged and cleansed and stuff like that. So I'm more moon-based, but if you're more weather-based or elemental-based, you know, fire probably wouldn't be the right thing to do. You could smoke it out, but whatever. That's not really charging. That's more like cleansing. But, you know, whatever you choose to do, the option is there. And I just like it. It makes sense to me. So there's that. Anywho, y'all have a great day. I will see you probably fairly soon on the Cauldron Witches channel, if not on somebody else's channel. I'm flopping around all over the place lately. But y'all have a great day. I hope your week is going well. And I will see you then. Bye-bye.